Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 189. I am one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me as always is that retro code, Eddie V.
It's time to roll out
With the top back. We decided we're going to do this the whole show. If you're not watching the video version, it's worth watching the first 45 seconds of the show. Well, Ed, how's it going? How's your week going? You surviving?
I'm surviving, dude. I'm making it through. Just finding some breaking news about a certain game, but then realizing that Nintendo got us on lock till June. Mm-hmm. And it's super crazy, and I cannot wait to discuss what we have, because I thought that Nintendo Direct did us in last week. It did not prepare us for this week alone.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys missed it, we, after our episode went live last Thursday, a Nintendo Direct happened, and we did a Direct recap show. You can watch it on youtube.com/BossRushGames or BossRushGames.com, or you can listen to the audio version of that on our podcast feed, which was uploaded a little bit later than our video, but it's all right. You guys can go listen to that if you want, where we broke it down. But yeah, man, there was a lot there. A lot to be excited about. A lot of stuff third-party wise that theoretically I'm excited about, but there's a lot of waiting to see. You know, there's we talked a little bit about like Borderlands and XCOM. I want to see how they run and how I want to see the patches come through first to see if they need a performance patch or a graphical patch similar to what The Witcher did, because dude, I've been playing the crap out of The Witcher, and it's I've been playing it on the TV, and it doesn't look as good as the Xbox One X version, clearly, right? But it still looks so good. I'm the last time this is for third party support, this is the first game I've looked at and was wow, this actually feels like I'm playing a current gen game instead of a dumbed down Switch port.
And it's crazy that even after, like you said, after they released, how they kept working on it and passionate, and it's just people who laughed at The Witcher 3 on Switch. Most of the people who beaten the game has beaten it on Switch. Mm-hmm. And that's crazy. We know that I saw
a huge resurgence of The Witcher. Even I think it came out at the perfect time too, because there's a lot of hype around the Netflix show, and it came out at a really good time, and I actually saw a lot of people playing The Witcher on Switch until Animal Crossing came out. It was just one of those things where it just came out and hit at the right moment, so I'm just really amazed by how well it runs, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
Again, for the third episode in a row, but anyways, yeah, I'm kind of prepping for this coronavirus. It's finally hit where I work, so not next week, but the week after is going to be a very interesting week, because it'll be a week off to hopefully make stuff with you for Pow Block and prep for our secret project that we're working on.
Yes.
I really want to get stuff ready and prepped for that, obviously, and we're excited. I'm excited to do stuff during the day when we're kind of awake, and so I actually talked to my wife earlier, and I said I want to be on some sort of schedule. I do want to get some work done in the morning, just try to keep a somewhat, and I know I'm not going to work, but I want to work on,
be active
website stuff and videos, and maybe go take a walk, or do stuff being active instead of just being because I've seen a lot of people just kind of sitting and talking about all they're doing is sitting and watching Netflix and stuff, and I can't do that. I do it sometimes at night when we sit and watch TV after dinner or whatever, but I can't do that for a whole week. I'm gonna want to jump off the roof of my house and head first. You know what I mean?
I literally know the feeling that definitely like when toys close, um, and spending a month at home, surviving off the last check that
Hmm.
you got. It's a good, decent check, but it's just like
Yeah.
sitting at home trying to look for different jobs, and you only thing you really could do, definitely for a podcaster, but we all you got is like video games and like really know where to go because you're trying to save gas.
Yeah.
You really be like, man, I got to do something. I got to keep active. So I know the feeling.
Yeah, I also want to use that week to kind of like get back on the diet and stuff that I was on last year and like really trying to, I don't know, kind of put myself back together kind of mentally from all this, because it's been, the last few weeks has just been like, I mean, even the last month or so has just been so, I mean, and we talk outside of this a lot, like a lot, and you know how it's been on me, and it's just been, oh boy, I don't even know how to explain how it's been on me, just kind of like draining, and trying to figure out, okay, if this happens, what do we need to do financially? And I mean, luckily, like, I'll have another full paycheck and a half, and then our income tax is coming probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, and then whenever the stimulus stuff goes out will be like 3 or 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, and like everything's gonna hit at like the right time. Plus, the way that unemployment works in Ohio, if we have a partial layoff, which is what they're calling this for us, where we're losing hours because of business being down,
Yeah.
we can apply for that and still get like 3/4 of our pay at least, I think. So from, unemployment, and that Ohio, I think, they raised it to 39 weeks during the crisis. So
hmm
like if this lasts for like what's 39 weeks, like 7 or 8 months, something like
Yeah.
that. So I mean that's how we're gonna have to be living for hopefully they said May 1st, but it's gonna probably be longer than that. So we'll see. But I'm prepping myself. I'm trying to get in a more positive state of mind, and what better way to do that than an episode of Nintendo Pow Block? You know what I mean? Yeah, so we're going to get through some of this housekeeping real quick. For those of you new here, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block. Each and every week, Edward and I, as well as our friends from around the internet, come together to talk about the latest news, rumors, stories, and games from the world of Nintendo. You can join us live on Mixer and Twitch on Monday nights, or watch or listen on Thursdays on your podcast service of choice. Obviously, a little bit different this week because scheduling and coronavirus stuff. And like I said, we're going to get an episode out every week. This will probably go up Saturday, I'm hoping, but you're watching live on Thursday. Cool. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate and review us. If you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe. And also subscribe on any other podcast service of choice. You can watch our shows and subscribe to us on our website at bossrushgames.com/subscribe, or search Boss Rush Games. Also, search Nintendo Pow Block. I've been meaning to get that out there. Sorry, I hope that wasn't a corona cough.
Same.
People have been sending their entries to Boss Rush Games email and that feed and whatever, and I'm really gracious for that, but this is only a Nintendo Pow Block giveaway. So I'm going to remind you guys one last time, because our giveaway is next week. We are planning 3 giveaways leading up to episode 200. The first will be given away during episode 190, which is next week. The rules are simple. Email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. That is nintendopowblock@gmail.com. The Nintendo Pow Block podcast feed. What episode you're listening to, email that to us, and your rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify will grant you a second entry to that giveaway.
Ooh, yeah.
So let's go over the rules again one more time. Email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com with a screenshot of your podcast subscription and episode you're listening to. a screenshot of your rating and review of us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify will grant you a second entry. So, those are the rules. They're very simple. You have one more week to get them in. Probably going to record again, probably next Thursday again, Ed. So you have 1 week you have 5 more days from the time this episode goes up to get your entries in. And, we're going to give you a nice, sweet, sweet copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yes.
So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to get into what we've been playing. Ed, I'm going to start with you. What have you been playing this week?
So, I played a little bit Animal Crossing. I'm not doing much. I'm trying to get another store open and try to get the town stuff open. So, not much in Animal Crossing. I have been playing a lot of Chasm, getting further into that game. I've just been in the Metroidvania style kind of mood for Switch. And also playing 3000 Duel for Switch. Getting further into that. I'm continuing to die at one place, but I keep going back to. I keep running back. I'm like, I got to do this one more again. I got to do this run one more again. Started the Bravely Default 2 demo. And it's great. It's a great demo. I'm still using the tactics of, defaulting first and then getting my 4 attacks and then attacking them. I think it still needs some work. I will say this. If you are playing the demo, it is a little bit challenging. If you're put off on the demo, do not give up on the game. Wait for it to come out, or if you're waiting for a sale or anything, or even if you want to get the digital version, use some coins that you get, because the coins offset the price. You'll be paying the rest out of your gift card that you use, like the eShop card or your credit card and stuff.
Well, I think it's meant to be that, though, right? Like, it's meant to be like not challenging like in a hard way, but like you have to grind and grind and grind and learn the battle system to get through the game, right? That's how Bravely Default was on the 3DS. You had to grind. You really had to put the time in, right? Like people were spending, hundreds of hours just grinding so they could get, there's a lot of like min-maxing in there too, right? There's a lot of, trying to figure out what weapons and classes go well together. And, the 3DS version had a nice thing where like you could put a slider up if you're grinding where like random battles would happen more frequently, that kind of thing.
And you can speed up the fights also.
Yeah. There's a lot of things to make it easier for you to grind, right? So it's not a slog trying to walk around and trying to find random battles, but it is a traditional Japanese role-playing game. You are going to grind. You're going to have to grind a lot, and you are going to need to find better weapons and skills, right? So
it's just that for people who are new to this, who didn't play the 3DS version, they may get put off because of the difficulty. Because they, instead of just making it like a normal mode for people to get the feel of it, because the game really doesn't teach you that, but they expect you to understand that you played the first one. I would say wait for the retail copy. If normal's too hard for you, play it on easy. Because I think this is a game that's going to do fantastic when it comes out. It's beautiful as ever in this demo. It really looks good.
See, I've heard a lot of people say it's like the environments and stuff are some of the let me rephrase that. I heard it got a really big graphical upgrade from when it was revealed.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, when it was revealed, were saying it looks like an HD 3DS game, which, we all know what 3DS games look like. And then this, like, when they re-revealed it, it really got a graphical overhaul and looks really, really more like I want to say it looks more like World of Final Fantasy. The kind of chibi-looking Final Fantasy RPG that came out, I think it came out on Switch last year.
Yes, it did. which everybody got to remember when they announced it. This was at the Game Awards, so this was in October, I think. I think for last year, that was the Game Awards. So they had time to get it together. I think they probably just shot that whatever they had that was still in beta, like still developing it, just to show off that the game was coming. So I think they were just making a promo trailer, and then when they actually put in the work and still put in the production, because the game may get delayed or anything. We're waiting for the surveys so we can tell Square Enix, hey, these are some things that we didn't like. Maybe if you lower the difficulty, maybe if you actually change the demo, or if when they get our feedback, they're gonna go in and tinker with it. But it's not a bad demo. It just takes some time to learn. And literally, when you find out what you need to do and you get into that rotation, you'll be able to be like, okay, I'm a little bit buff, I'm able to handle these characters. If I could brave now and go through this without really worrying, I could keep going to the hotel and everything, and until I feel like I'm ready. Hotel as into like rest and stuff, and get your magic and energy back. If I feel like I got enough money and I could go through this, I'm gonna gear up and then maybe meet the boss at the end of the demo. Like it takes a while to get through, but it's not a bad one.
Yeah, I wonder, like, I mean, I know you said it might get delayed because of, like, I know they're gonna send out surveys and stuff to see how people enjoy the demo, but like this, we've already seen games get delayed because of the coronavirus. Like the big one today was The Last of Us. The Last of Us Part 2 got delayed indefinitely because of this. They say the game is basically done, but it's really just a financial, and they're waiting for the best time to release it so the game can have the most success. Because like a lot of games right now, I mean, after Doom and Animal Crossing, are probably not going to find a lot of success because of people going through the similar situations to what you and I are experiencing, in financial, hits and stuff. So I mean, I think games like Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think might see a little bit of a dip, because
that one is really going to suffer due to the fact of the physical.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of Square's been very upfront about that, though. They said, it's still going to release on April 10th, but there's no guarantees of, after this first run of physical copies that you're going to get one soon, because of, they're not going to be able to manufacture the discs and get them over here right away.
I wonder about the collector's edition that they had. It's just like,
I mean, honestly,
do they still get theirs?
I think that first run and the collector's editions and stuff are already in warehouses somewhere, right? They're already shipped out and ready to go. It's that second and third wave of the game, of the prints that will come out once the game. That after that initial week, they'll want to ship more out and get people copies. But I think this is going to be a big. I think this game's going to have a massive digital sales because of of this.
A lot of people had to cancel their physical pre-orders and just buy the game digitally. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a win for Square Enix, but I think right now, sorry for the Nintendo talk, everybody, but I think for right now, if you really are looking forward to Final Fantasy VII, go ahead and do it digitally. That's no problem.
Final Fantasy VII is $7.99 on Nintendo Switch right now.
Yes.
So you can play it there.
and
technically a remaster of the PlayStation 1 version.
Right. and if you really wanted to know, because one of my friends on Twitter just finished Final Fantasy VII, and he's looking for the remake, but he really got the enjoyment out of playing 7 in its original form before the game. And I say, if you want the full story, it's good to play 7 now. Play it on Switch. We're in quarantine time. play it while you're at home. It'll help pass the time. You literally will be like, yeah, it's a little bit ancient and stuff, but you'll probably realize that I played the game for 3 hours and I can't believe, time is just slipping like that.
Right.
But if you are looking for this remake, I say get it digitally. For me personally, I'm waiting for all of it to come out. There's no reason for me to rush in and get this. I got my feel of the demo. I understand what it's going for. I'm good. I could wait. There's other games that are coming out, and pretty much, I think that Nintendo Direct and that Indie Direct really hit the spot, really showcase, and like you mentioned, where The Last of Us 2 and Iron Man VR, which no one really responded to, are delayed. I think Nintendo, besides having Switch systems out, I think Nintendo's is really only half of the year, because unless you own the other consoles or plan to buy the other consoles, or you have a PC, if you really want to get some gaming done, you're going to have to do it on Switch at this time.
I mean, honestly, unless you Xbox just announced that Wasteland 3 was delayed till August because of this. So, I mean, I don't know if it's directly because of this, but it's been delayed. So, I mean, like, for me, I'm just happy that, I do want Animal Crossing really bad. Ed's offered to buy it for me a couple times. I told him I would feel really bad for the rest of my life if he did that. But if it wasn't for Game Pass, I wouldn't be playing anything new, right? Like, right now, I just wouldn't be able to play anything new. And I'm really excited that, I'm going to have, Ori and the Will of the Wisps I want to play, but I still want to finish Blind Forest, which I'll be playing on Switch. Bleeding Edge is a cool game, right? Gears Tactics comes out in a couple weeks on PC, so I'll be able to try that out at least on here if it lets me. I've been having issues getting Game Pass to run on my computer, so I don't know why. I just am, but I'm just I like we talked about earlier. Like, I really want to play Animal Crossing, but it's also a good time to work on my backlog, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been trying to do, at least.
And I think the WHO, or the people who said that gaming was bad, people who said that they're making it as an addiction, video game addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
They turned around and said, reported that video games are good for you during this time. It was just like, we knew that. But you guys made it to something else.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that video games aren't addicting, because I definitely have friends who are like addicted to games and have, they like from the time they wake up till the time they go to sleep, unless they're at work, that's what they're doing, and they take their Switch to work with them to play. They play all night. They play, like, you know what I mean? Like, I do know people like that. But
yes,
that's like a 1 in a million case, right? Like, there's plenty of people out there who know how to manage their time and manage, their priorities and stuff, and get, they balance. So, but yeah, I'm glad they came around and kind of turned around on that, because you can't really, like, you can test 100 or 1,000 people, right? But, like, it only takes, like, that small sample size. You could get like, you can't sample a whole size like that, right? Like, you have to take everybody into account. That's why I hate it when people do tests on sample sizes, right? It's just like, you can get a general idea, but you can't get the full spectrum of that.
Yes.
So, but anyways, have you been playing anything else besides Bravely Default?
I have the Trials of Cold Steel 3 demo, but I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, I just downloaded that.
Yeah, I think
those games are supposedly pretty good, and Cold Steel 4 just got announced for next year. So
yeah,
for
I
Switch.
was just and PS4. I had to tell my friend, because he has all three of them on on PS4, and I'm just like, yeah, Switch just got announced with PS4. He's like, what? Yes.
Hmm.
But I had to go back and get all those other games and play them because they said the Trials of Cold Steel series is really good.
I think the first one's only on Vita, though.
Hmm.
I think I or PSP or something weird. Like I think that first one is only on something
Okay.
weird. So
Oh.
not weird, but not current.
I bought Child of Light because it was only $5 on Switch.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'll down because I have it on Wii U, but I played it for a little bit, but didn't get far. So I'm definitely looking forward to that to get more. And now I've been seeing people, you know, mentioning Dragon Quest, and I'm just like, I'm tempted to go out and get Dragon Quest 11 for Switch, even though I got it for PS4.
I
But
got
it's
it.
just like, yes. But your focus on Witcher 3, which I am super stoked that you are.
Yeah, man.
But
Oh, sorry. Continue.
oh no, I'm thinking of picking up Good Job.
Yeah, I
I don't,
really want that too. It looks really good.
yes, I mean, and plus I'm like, this is published by Nintendo, so I'm just like, why did I not get this when it came out? I'm like, it's quirky. Um, you could play it two player, or you could play it alone, like single player. It's just like, yes, and I know there are some great sales going on, but man, yeah, I definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that, because I am looking at some stuff right now online, um, in dang Xenoblade Chronicles. I think I'm gonna hold off on Panzer Dragoon. Um,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait
I've
for a
heard really
sale for that
bad
one.
things about Panzer Dragoon, honestly.
I I have to. It's really been mixed, but people brought it, and some people are enjoying it. So it's a mixed bag right now.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty much what I've been playing on Switch. Because of Last of Us being pushed back indefinitely. And I probably said that wrong. I could hold off the Last of Us, and I'm going to continue to spend more time Breath of the Wild. Like, I'm really committing myself, definitely this month and next month, to Breath of the Wild,
Yeah. So, I mean,
because
I
those ninjas in the banana. Oh, I love. I that area is kind of like, but that boss fight is amazing, dude. I love that boss fight.
yeah, it's it's an interesting one. So, I actually popped in Breath of the Wild the other day, and or maybe it was like even no, it was 2 days ago. Because I was like, it's always in my Switch because it's one of the only physical games I keep on me. Because like, I mean, I have a small stack of physical games still because like I have to have Fire Emblem physical, I have to have Zelda physical, Mario physical, like this. I told you I was making lists, right? And I'm just
Yes.
like, okay, well, here's clearly my digital list, right? Like I'm definitely going to spend more digital than physical now, especially with kid running around, and my wife's talking about having a second one, and we're talking about it after this corona stuff happens, like maybe we start trying. But it's I have the Zelda cartridge in my Switch. I haven't taken it out, and probably, I don't know. I took it out like when I had a bunch of physical games, right? Like I took it out to
Hmm.
play those, but ever since like I've started moving towards the digital stuff, Zelda is in my Switch 1,000% of the time. Like it just never leaves. So I popped it in, and my TV like does this. It kind of does what PlayStation 4 does, like with the boost mode, right? Like it up-reses
Hmm.
stuff, it makes things run smoother, whatever. It doesn't necessarily make my Switch games run smoother, but it definitely does a big up-res like kind of thing. And Zelda still looks amazing. I've been seeing people do like play Zelda on Twitch and Mixer and YouTube and stuff, and I've been watching a lot of Giant Bomb Premium, and they've been doing 3 heart Ganon runs where they'll go and they'll get some weapons and stuff, and then they'll go fight Ganon with 3 hearts, and it's like really giving me that itch to play Zelda again. Even start a new game just from scratch and play the whole game, find all the Korok seeds again, do all the shrines again. I don't know if I'm going to, because I'm so into The Witcher and a bunch of other games right now, but like it's really giving me that itch, and I just love running around Hyrule. Like I'll run from the Zora's Domain up to Death Mountain, and like I'll fast travel over to Terrytown, and go all the way across and go to like the bird village and stuff. And it's just like, man, Breath of the Wild is still so good. It's a game I can never stop thinking about. I think about that game at least 2 or 3 times a week. Like I just do, and
yes.
What a fantastic game. And we're going to talk about Breath of the Wild 2 a little bit later in the show, but I can't ever stop thinking about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, when we get to Breath of the Wild, because yeah.
Anyway, I recently, we talked about this last week, but I hooked my Wii U back up. I'm actually hooking up a bunch of old Nintendo stuff. Well, not old Nintendo stuff. Like I'm hooking up my NES and Super Nintendo Classic. I'm hooking up my Wii U and my GameCube up on this TV. And I have a Switch dock hooked up. That way I have probably a majority of Nintendo stuff that I can play, right? Like, because I have a bunch of virtual console games on Wii that are on my Wii U. I have a bunch of GameCube games, obviously, and I have I had my cousin add NES and Super Nintendo games to my classics, so I have like a bunch of games that I can get through. Not to mention the NES and SNES classics, which... the retro game show is coming back. I know a couple people have asked me about that. And it is coming back. We just gotta, next week we're going to have a lot of time. So,
oh yes, we'll probably finish it out, real soon. Cause,
plus around episode 200, we're discussing the future of Nintendo Pow Block and what it means for you and what we want to do with it and how it's going to affect Boss Rush games as a whole. So very excited to talk about that in full at some point. We're fleshing out a couple more details, but it's going to be fun. But anyways, I've also been playing The Witcher. I'm 11 or 12 hours in at this point.
Dude, you keep making me want to just start it on put it on Xbox or pick it back up on PS4 and try to get where you at so we could discuss it. And I'm just like, no, I gotta focus on these other games. Like you make me happy talking about this game, and I love it, dude.
Look, when I was playing on Xbox, I couldn't get into it. I tried a few times and it just wasn't clicking. I don't know what it was, man. Maybe I was too focused on Destiny at the time, or Halo, or something else at the time. But I thought, the Switch, not the most optimal place to play it, but it's so nice to have this game in bed. This is the game. Like I always talked about how I wish Assassin's Creed Odyssey was on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. Because, I can grab my Switch, I can turn on YouTube, or I've been watching a lot of Giant Bomb Premium stuff lately, or I can just turn on, whatever I want to watch and pull my Switch out. There's a plug right by me on the couch, so I can just plug it in if it starts dying, do one quest step, or finish a quest, or do 3 or 4 quests at a time, and just knock them out and not care what's really happening. Like when big story moments happen, right? This is what I did with Zelda, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do quests. I don't really care what's going on. I'm just enjoying the combat, the combat loop, the side quests, exploring, that kind of thing. It's really scratching that itch for me for Breath of the Wild. It's actually scratching more of the Assassin's Creed itch for me, but it's still not Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If I was to make a list, it would be under Assassin's Creed Odyssey for sure, but it's still scratching that itch. And like when a big story moment happens, like I'm doing the Bloody Barons quest right now, and it is a long set of quests and then quest steps and then spin-off quests to like get different results for the main quests, and like it's just hitting all the right notes right now. And I was talking to my friend who beat it. He put like 350 hours into this game.
That's expected.
Yeah, I mean, but he got every single question mark. He went to every single stable. He got every single Gwent card. He did every single side quest. He did both expansions that way. Like, I'm definitely not putting that much time into it. But while I'm like, since I don't have Animal Crossing, it was side note. Before we started recording tonight, I told Ed, I'm like, I need Animal Crossing now. And then I just sent him how many Animal Crossing gifts do you think I sent you? Like 15-ish?
About 25.
Yeah, of just like Isabel dancing, Tom Nook like cursing at you, Villager like crazy shaking, like all these things. So it was really fun though. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Maybe you didn't think it was funny, but I definitely thought it was funny. So, I've been diving into The Witcher, and it's just been a blast learning. Like, I'm playing on easy because like I clearly don't have the time to be like perfecting my skills at this game, but it's been really fun. I want to continue. I at least want to beat the main quest. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm going to do the main quest stuff. And then if I see a side quest on the board, like I'll pick it up. And if I have a night where like I just don't want to do the main quest, I will go knock out some side quest stuff. And you know what I mean? Like I did that with Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins also, where like I'll follow the main quest for a while, and then I'll do side quests for a while, and then I'll go back to the main quest, or I'll just go explore and see where these question marks lead me. It's just been really fun to play The Witcher. So, on top of The Witcher, I've been playing. What else have I been playing? I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K20 also on Switch. Just because I can't. I love the way NBA 2K plays, and I hate the way that Madden plays. And I wanted to love Madden because I got it through EA Access, right, on Xbox.
Yeah.
But, dude, the online sucks so bad in Madden Online. So I'm just like, I need a sports game to play. Madden's not cutting it. NBA 2K was on sale for like $3. Probably like a week after they announced that the NBA season was going to be suspended indefinitely because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
It was on sale, and I got it. I'm like, screw it. I'll get it for $3. I'll play it. If I play like 4 or 5 games of it, I'll be fine. I'll just be like, okay, that was worth $3. Playing 5 or 6 games of basketball, and like if friends come over and want to play, we'll probably play the Xbox version because it's on Game Pass. But it was just like I've been playing that, and dude, it runs really well on Switch, especially in handheld mode. Like it runs really well. I mean, I had that. We talked about this for 18 and 19 also. And we even talked about it with FIFA, right? Like the sports games actually run surprisingly well.
That FIFA, when I was there, when you brought it, I'm just like, this looks crisp. This looks good.
Yeah. And like, it really sucks that EA is not really supporting the Switch with sports games because, dude, Madden on the go would be killer.
Yes.
I still stand by that, but hey, I'm not running EA here. So, but I have been playing 2K20, and then I also sat with my daughter and we sat down and played a little bit of Yoshi's Crafted World. Like I was trying to find games that would be easier for her to just kind of like, they're colorful. She can hit the buttons and it really won't mess up anything. So Yoshi's Crafted World, she likes watching Yoshi. She thinks it's fun to watch him move back and forth. But then we also loaded up Splatoon 2. And I let her walk around the plaza for a little bit, right? And like she loved it. Dude, at the beginning when Pearl and Marina pop up and are just like doing the, okay, here's the levels of the day and here's the whatever of the day, right?
Yeah.
Dude, she was cracking up. She loved it so much. It was hilarious how funny she thought this was. And like you can't understand them. She can't read, right? She's 1.5, but she's like laughing hysterically at Pearl and Marina do their stuff. And I was just like, man, this is fun. This is awesome. And so I let her walk around the plaza for a little bit, and she loved it until she figured out that the right stick moves the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then she held it, and it just spun around, and she didn't like that, like at all. She didn't like it at all. So, sorry everybody. My nose is really stuffy. I can feel myself breathing into the microphone. But yeah, but then I got her into like a one of the first levels where they kind of like teach you how to do the paint stuff.
Yeah.
And she just held down the R button and watched the paint go without moving. She likes holding the buttons down. And then she took a bunch of screenshots because she thought the screenshot button was a button. And then I'm just like, okay, I get that you're 1.5, and I had this really cool like moment in my head that you're gonna love playing Splatoon 2, and then I realized that you're 1.5 and have no idea what you're doing. So, but it was really cute watching her watch these games, like, and watching her realize that when she moves the left stick, like she's put that part together that if you move the thumbstick, something on the screen will move, right? She's put that together. But she doesn't know like, okay, this button takes pictures, this button takes you back to the home screen, this button, does pauses. Like, she doesn't know what all the buttons do, obviously, but she has finally put together that the thumbstick moves something. So 1.5, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yes.
So, but that's pretty much all I've been playing. Oh, I did pop in Tokyo Mirage Sessions again, just because I wanted to see where I was at, and I'm still at the part with the dresses that you move the arms up and down,
Yeah.
to get to the different levels, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to keep playing this game, but I really need to focus on where I'm at. I need to figure out where I'm at, so I turned it off. I ran around, fought like 3 things, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. So that's
understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, JRPGs are hard to go back to when you haven't played for a while. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is something I want to get back to, and I will. I find myself...
Dude, I've literally been tempted. I'm just like, Eddie, do not press that button on Final Fantasy 12. I don't care if it's $24.99. Do not press it on Switch.
Do it. Get it. Get Final Fantasy 12. Switch. Get it. I do. But that's all I've really been playing. The Witcher's kind of sucked most of my time away. So I actually think I'm going to start taking my Switch to work on break and just play it,
Yes.
So, also, I realized that the first 20-25 minutes of the show still had the direct recap show background up. So I switched it about 15 minutes ago. So sorry, everybody who was watching this show and thought you were watching the wrong thing. Anyways, we're going to get into some of these news bits. We've got a lot to go over, Ed. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of news, a lot of things just happening in the world of Nintendo. So maybe not even just the world of Nintendo. Our first story actually goes way past Nintendo. The only reason why I bring it up is because Borderlands is coming to Switch, but this might make some people reconsider. For those of you who follow the industry and don't want to reward people who don't, reward their devs. So This story comes from Kotaku. Sources say, despite huge sales, Borderlands 3 developers are getting stiffed on bonuses, which you actually brought this to my attention today, Ed. I didn't even really read this until a couple hours ago when I was putting the show together.
I happened to check Twitter, and it was like breaking.
Oh, really?
It was like a breaking story. Like I think around like 11 or 12, and I'm just like, what the world? And I had to read it, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah, this is a big story that's been going around today. The video game Borderlands 3 was a big sales success when it launched last fall, according to publisher 2K, which described it as a, quote, billion-dollar global brand. That's why it's shocking to employees at Gearbox, the developer of the game, when the studio's CEO, Randy Pitchford, told them yesterday that they would not be receiving the significant royalty bonuses they expected. Employees at the studios will get small bonus checks, but nothing close to the tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands that many had expected. This account is based on conversations with 6 people close to Gearbox, all speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to talk about what happened. Some said it was crushing news and that has upended their financial plans for the future. This is some honestly some sad news, but also not surprising based on who Gearbox's CEO is and how he's been treated in the news the last year or so.
And I just want to make this clear for everybody. Don't forget that this game was an Epic exclusive.
Well,
before the game for PC. So they had that money. And it sold, I guess it sold well. People, I have it for PS4.
I mean, it sold, I think
Xbox,
to date, it's sold over 10 million copies.
Right, and a lot of people just like, it's Borderlands, it's okay. But it's just like, how do you tell your employees they're not going to get the bonus that you promised them? They're going to get a smaller bonus. But as you, who's the CEO of the company, you get a $12 million bonus. Like, you just paid yourself $12 million.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. And so gamers are mad at Randy Pitchford and should be mad at 2K, because now this affects that. Why is it that you get to have the money and they don't?
Yeah, because this is technically 2K's game. It's not Gearbox's IP. It's 2K's IP. You know, this would be like if this isn't like if, you know, Rockstar didn't pay their employees because Grand Theft Auto sold 5 billion copies, right? Because Grand Theft Auto is Rockstar's IP. It's not Take-Two's IP. So I mean, this is honestly, I mean, I'm not shocked because it's Randy Pitchford and Gearbox, right? But what I am surprised that 2K is not stepping in. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe we don't know the whole story yet, right? Maybe they are. But it's just like, man, dude, what are you doing? Like,
I'm more shocked that this is now just coming out then, because if it's so well when it came out, they should have already have their bonuses.
They should have had them. When did the game come out? When did
it came? Last September.
They should have had those bonuses like by Christmas time.
They should have had them by October. Borderlands so well. People have pre-ordered it. When it came out, it was like, I don't know how well it did because everybody was thinking about Link's Awakening. Don't forget, Nintendo was just killing it in September with games.
I mean, if we bought everything in September, we'd be living in the boxes that the games came in. Let's just put it that way.
I had pretty much almost about 3/4 of the stuff in September.
I think everything that came out in September, I think I eventually got everything that came out in September. I think The Witcher was the last one. Well, I didn't get Daemon X Machina. I'm just talking about Switch. I'm not talking about
Switch. Oh, yeah. Yes. I didn't get Dragon Quest 11. and Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's those are two I didn't get. But yeah, pretty much everything. But to get back to Gearbox, these people put all that time and work and effort into this game. They say that because it costs a lot of money, which if you look at it graphically, you'd be like, this looks like Borderlands 2.5, which has some high up res. Like if you want to see some money get used, I'm like, look at Demon X Machina, look at Nino Kuni 2. Look at some games that have an anime/cartoon style, who has pretty much some good detail put to use for those games and their assets. You look at Borderlands, you just be like, there's no way that y'all put all this money into this game and it still feel like an empty void.
Yeah.
And for you to sell on, at the time, 3 platforms, there was no way that those people should not be saying a story that they didn't get their money. Because I think it just dropped on. I think it came to Steam, or is it a 1-year exclusive?
Yeah.
I think if it's a 1-year exclusive, Steam players won't get it into.
Well, no, it was 6 months. Steam.
Is it 6 months?
It just came out on Steam at the end of February. I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I know they made a big deal of it launching on Steam, so it was definitely only 6 months.
Okay, so if they sold that much, if they even sold 8 million, they recouped that money already. There's no way that Borderlands costs that much, especially if you're getting money from Epic with their deal. There's no way that you didn't make enough to recover the cost of development. There's no way for that to happen. Now it looks like do we buy BioShock and XCOM and not touch Borderlands Legendary?
Well, I was actually about to bring that up. I was actually really excited to play Borderlands on Switch because how many times have I told you I'm like, Borderlands seems like it would be right up my alley, like just viewing it from the outside, not anything that having to do with Randy Pitchford or Gearbox or anything, right? Because like,
yes,
I've never played a significant amount of Borderlands, right? But I love Destiny. I love the loot shooting kind of game, and I like games that are funny and kind of. I think Borderlands has a unique art style. I think it has a unique vibe to it that I was like, this. If I had more time to play it, this seems right up my alley, right? Like I would love to play it, but it's not on Switch, and I don't have the time to sit down and pour, 60, 70 hours into another RPG, right?
And we said that people would buy Borderlands, this Legendary Collection, if they announced it at that little conference thing he did. People were suspecting that to happen so they could buy it.
Yeah.
So now, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and we even talked about when the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands 1 was announced for everything. We were just kind of like, that's nice, but why isn't it coming to Switch? And we said that when the Handsome Collection started showing up other places, right? Like we were like, why haven't they put this on Switch yet? Why haven't we done this yet? And so I think Borderlands is like a year late, but it's better late than never. I think especially like on Switch, like I get why games are late on Switch. We talked about Doom Eternal before the show also, how, that's obviously going to be delayed a little bit, but I don't know, man. It's just it's a hot pile of trash mess that's going on over there right now. And like, I don't know if I should, like, as much as I want to play Borderlands on Switch, I don't know if I should support Borderlands on Switch.
I think I've already got my feel because I have the Handsome Collection on PS4. So it's just like, what am I really missing on not getting it on Switch? playing with other people. I'm like, I already played it with other people. I played 1 or 2 and beat that game. Only one I didn't play was the pre-sequel and the Tales games. So it's just like, to me, because of the story coming out, I think there are going to be some people who are still going to overlook this and get the game. But I really think I think it did a disservice to himself.
I don't think anybody like I bet 90% of the people who enjoy playing Borderlands don't even know any of this is happening. Which is sad, but also true. Just the way people consume games, right? They're just like, oh, that game looks cool, I'll get it. I mean, I wonder how many games I've bought where I don't know, is this developer like being terrible to their employees? Are they doing the right thing? Like I'm just like, oh, that game looks cool, I'm gonna get it because it's on sale, or I've wanted this game for a while, I'm gonna get it. And it's interesting, right? Like we were talking about Catherine Full Body last year, where like I was looking up stuff for it because I want to get it on Switch, right? And like apparently last year when Catherine Full Body came out on PlayStation 4, there was a huge controversy in Japan when the game came out, because apparently the third character is it's very heavily implied that she's transgender, right? And that's looked down upon in Japanese culture. And it's like, and there was like this huge backlash on the game and the developers, and they kind of like retcon the story of that character, and it's just kind of like, well, I didn't know that happened. I just wanted to play Catherine Full Body.
I knew who that new character was, but I didn't want to say anything because I haven't played the game.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how things unfolded. So spoiler alert, everybody. We apologize.
Yeah.
But
sorry, I guess I should have put that, huh?
But you do make a great point, because it was the game originally was overlooked. So when they did this version of PS4, you wouldn't even know there was a controversy, because it's an Atlas game, and at a time people really didn't pay attention to anything what Atlas was doing. If an Atlas game was if it wasn't Persona, or it wasn't an Atlas game coming to 3DS, you would know nothing about it.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what you do here. Like I want to support the developers, because I'm sure they put a lot of work and effort into making the Switch version work. But also, like, do I support the developers if the company's not even paying them anyway? You know what I mean? Like, I mean they're getting paid and they're getting small bonuses, but like they're not getting the bonuses they were promised, which is so crappy.
And if it was true that Randy Pitchford told them that you take what you get or you could quit, if that quote is true, you think about that on the 29th when you decide to make a purchase, or whenever you decide to get that game, if it's a sale or if you're planning on getting it, because at this
you guys
time,
should just get Xenoblade Chronicles anyway.
My thing is, I'm getting Xeno and XCOM.
Yeah.
And if I feel like I should get BioShock, if someone wants me to get BioShock with them, I would get BioShock Infinite. Other than that, I'm not getting it. I'm done. I cannot do this. I cannot support. I want to support the developers, but I need to support a developer who doesn't have that CEO attached to. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Gearbox. You guys are great developers, but I can't support.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like I do want to play Borderlands on Switch, but if this doesn't resolve itself by then, like, I mean, honestly, that day I probably won't get it anyway, just because of certain financial situations. And if I'm going to get a game that day, it's going to be Xenoblade, right? Because I want to. I mean, we run a Nintendo podcast, and we need to cover Nintendo games. I mean, for me, I'm prioritizing Nintendo games for this show. And B, like, I want Xenoblade Chronicles because it's one of the most... I would say it's one of the best, most under-celebrated JRPGs of our time, because it was a late-generation Wii game. and a really crappy 3DS game, to be 100% honest with people. So I think this is going to be the best way to play that game, and I cannot wait to play this. I actually loaded up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 again late last week after we recorded, and just ran around for a while and was just like, man, this game is so beautiful. I can't wait to play Xenoblade 1. So, but yeah, I mean, if this doesn't, if this doesn't resolve itself, I will not be buying Borderlands on Switch. Like I want to, like I really do, because I think I would play a lot more Borderlands on Switch than anything else. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to support, crappy people. And not that the developers are crappy people. Randy Pitchford is a crappy person, to put it very PG on this show, because this is a family show. I like to keep it that way. I mean, our other shows, we can kind of go wherever we want, but Pow Block is aimed towards, we have a large audience of parents for this show, and I want to make sure they can listen to this show with their kids around. But we're gonna start getting into some better news here.
Yes.
So, someone recreated a Link to the Past map in Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is really cool looking.
Yes.
It took this person 4 days to make the map, and there's nothing really else to talk about it except that it looks amazing, and you guys should go look at YouTube videos, pictures, map comparisons. It looks bonkers, man. It's awesome. Like I applaud this person because it is really cool looking.
Yeah, shout out to that person. Kudos.
Yeah, but there's a YouTube video out there that does like a really cool like overview of it, and you just see this person walking through, and it's like, oh man, they actually have like the buildings in the right place, and the waterfalls in the right place, and the bridges in the right place. It's really spot on, dude. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of Zelda, this is a really meaty rumor that has been floating around, and when there's certain sites that I don't really pay attention to rumors on, right? Like I don't really like to, but when Nintendo Life and Eurogamer and places like that really start digging into these, that's when I get really excited. This one is actually from Nintendo Life, sourced from Eurogamer. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, everything we know so far. So there's a pretty extensive article there, but we're going to get down to this. They have bullet points here. Where are these bullet points at? Real quick. Let's see. Here we go. Bullet points here. Let me see. A few tidbits slipped out at E3 2019. Okay, so this first set is from E3 2019, which we already knew about, but I want to get into it again. Aonuma talked about the team's desire to return to the established Hyrule of Breath of the Wild and incorporate new gameplay and story into that world. This grew from an overabundance of ideas for the DLC. He specifically called it a, quote, continuation of Breath of the Wild, so it's definitely the same Zelda and Link we've known for the past 4 years. The sequel is being directed by Hidemaru Fujibayashi, the man who took the wheel on the previous game, as well as several previous entries in the series. He reportedly took inspiration from Skyrim while developing Breath of the Wild, and series boss Aonuma confirmed that many of the younger staff on the sequel have been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, although how that will manifest in the final project is still unknown at the moment. Aonuma also said this entry in the series will be darker, more Majora's Mask than Minish Cap. So those bullet points we kind of already knew. You could definitely feel the Skyrim inspirations in Breath of the Wild in terms of exploration and go anywhere you want, and if certain things happen, other things happen, like that's definitely a huge thing for Breath of the Wild. So I wonder how Red Dead 2 is going to play into this. I wonder if it's going to have more of a. I bet there's going to be more bonding. Honestly, I bet they take the horse bonding thing.
Yes.
And you'll be able to bond with your horse and make sure that it does something interesting.
I think you'll probably even be able to customize your horse, because that's kind of how on Red Dead Redemption 2 you were able customize like different weapons and
maybe they mean that this map is going to be huge and the entire first map is just going to be in the southwestern corner.
That could happen.
Yeah.
I think well, I fear hopefully what they don't do is that if you're in a town or you're in an area and you destroy a whole bunch of pots and stuff, that the people don't like you. So now there's a red market. You can't enter that town, because if you enter it, they're going to attack you. Hope they don't do that, because that's something that happened in Red Dead.
Yeah.
I think what I will want them, if they do anything from Red Dead that they take, I would love for them to be like, go to a place, talk to some people, and you'll be able to get like a side quest in there. So with that side quest, you could go and be able to find the stuff and do it. Like, you could still keep it open world where you just literally explore, but let the side quests be the ones that you fall into and be like, this is your quest, this is your path, and this will help you as a person. When you do that quest, it helps the town, so you get some kind of notoriety. It's a little bit traditional for open world game, but I think a little bit direction, like, or even if you do it, it'll help you if you still have breakable weapons. This will help you make your weapon less breakable, I should say.
Yeah.
To the point where you can't break it no more.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that there's so many things I could do with a sequel. Like, I was thinking about while I was playing it, like, sometimes when you get really excited about a game, like the first entry in a series, right? I mean, we've talked a lot about this. Like, Breath of the Wild is kind of like the new first entry to this, whatever the future of Zelda is, right? We talk about how almost perfect this game is in a lot of ways.
Yes.
I mean, for me, I can see that there's flaws in the game. There's certain things that kind of bothered me, right? Like you said, the weapons breaking, but also, like you said, crafting could be a new element to where you play Breath of the Wild 2 and you're like, how did I ever not do this in Breath of the Wild 1, right? Like, that was just like this huge thing that would be like a huge shift in this game. Okay, I have a rusty broadsword. If I take it to a blacksmith and with like I'm playing The Witcher right now, and one of the big things is you collect like ingredients and oils and stuff, and you could take it to a blacksmith or an armor maker, and like they will make you an armor set that out of an old one. Like, you can give them an old armor set and give them recipes or blueprints for it or whatever, and then they build you a new armor set that's better, right? Like, you take that. It's kind of like, I mean, in Zelda, like, you could take like the fairies stuff and they would upgrade your armor, right? But this would apply to weapons now. I have a broadsword, maybe this rusty one, and I take some rubies and some, you apply the something to it, and like maybe your swords will now have elemental effects. If you say, okay, I want this to be a flame broadsword. I mean, like, there's so many different things you could do with crafting, just crafting, let alone, customizing stuff, getting, pretty much stuff that you would do in the first game, but just build on that,
Yes.
I don't know, man. There's a lot you could do. Clutch for the dub. Thanks for watching on Twitch. For you audio listeners, we are live on Mixer and Twitch. The giveaway is next week, and you enter a lot of the details were given at the top of the show. We're going to go over them again in a little bit. to close out. So if you want to stick around and hang out, we'll let you know. But basically, you have to just email us your subscription to our podcast on iTunes and Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. So yeah, we'll do a whole recap at the end here. But so we're gonna get into the second set of bullet points here. It says, what are people speculating about Breath of the Wild 2? The short haircut suggests Zelda might be getting into the action this time around. As we said above, a neat bob won't get caught on swords or scabbards strapped to the character's back. Playing as the princess would be an easy way to put a fresh spin on the formula. Also addresses fans who were disappointed she wasn't playable in the first game. Anuma dodges question when he talked to IGN and Kotaku. Anuma artfully dodged the questions regarding Zelda as a playable character when in solo or co-op mode. When asked, he replied with this vague statement. It's kind of interesting that you bring that up because in Breath of the Wild, you see Zelda and Link together often too. So to go straight into the thought of co-op is very interesting to me. Is co-op interesting to him, or simply the notion that this could occurring to the interview? It's not much to go on, but Anuma has had to be adept over the years at deflecting lines of questioning and giving cryptic responses. Like I said, I think adding Zelda as a co-op, or not necessarily a co-op player, but like it would be almost like an RPG party at this point, where like
yes,
Link and Zelda, you swap between them. Like I've said many times, you could take them into shrines and use two characters to solve more complex puzzles, right? Like you separate them at the beginning of the shrine. Maybe Zelda goes high, Link goes low. Zelda has to hold a crank to get Link through a door, right? Or, you know what I mean? Something like that. I'm obviously not a game developer. I'm sure designing these shrines is very difficult.
Yeah, and just think of the puzzle. Just think of the bosses being treated almost as a puzzle.
Yeah.
You know.
And maybe Zelda has a different set of, like, you know, all the things you have in Breath of the Wild at the beginning, after you do the shrines and stuff where you get all your powers and that's what you have for the rest of the game. Maybe Link has those powers, but Zelda has a new set of powers. Like maybe she can freeze time. Maybe she can, you know what I mean? Like maybe she has a different set of powers that are very useful.
I would just say this. If it does have co-op, I'm not worried about people trying to learn everything. I want to see the speedrunners, because they're going to do some crazy stuff with using those two characters.
Did you see that
It's going to be bonkers.
Did you see that speedrunner who didn't even go forward, right? Like he didn't even walk. He beat the whole game without walking. Like, how do you even do that?
I probably modded in the game.
But anyways, if I can play as Link and Zelda and still use my Wolf Link amiibo to have like a 3-person party, dude, how many times did I gush about playing Breath of the Wild and just tapping the Wolf Link amiibo? It's crazy, man. Like I loved having the Wolf Link amiibo and having it fully leveled up and playing and just having like a companion. Like it was so different in Zelda having a useful companion in that game that it changed the whole dynamic of the game for me. And just adding Zelda and swapping between them, you know, that could create some unique combos, make the combat more dynamic. Because like, as much as I loved Breath of the Wild, that was one thing that I kind of thought was pretty simple, was the combat, right? Like, okay, you can shoot different types of arrows, you can use different types of swords and weapons, but it was pretty basic, you know. So I mean, some of the enemies had like different ways you could fight them, but it was still really basic. So if you could add some sort of like combo system between Link and Zelda, you know, that would be so cool. That'd be so cool.
Nintendo has to be talking to Platinum. They have to. Platinum in the sense that their dodging mechanic and their Astral Chain is a game that Nintendo had Platinum do. So with that, there has to be some kind of exchange of information. There has to be. Nintendo has to be talking. Anuma and the team has to be talking to Platinum about that. How do we incorporate what you guys did into Breath of the Wild 2 if we do co-op? Even if you do single player with an AI, how do you guys do it? I hope that not only is Monolith helping the Zelda team, I really do hope that Platinum is helping them too. Just doing combat mechanics.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I know that Monolith is helping them, but they're mostly like a environmental and asset creation.
Yes.
Help, right? Like that's what they were in
Yes.
Breath of the Wild. And Nintendo was kind of like gameplay and obviously character design and enemy design and stuff like that. But like, if you were to exchange information, even though Platinum's not a Nintendo owned studio, obviously, but they worked, like you said, they worked together closely, especially with Bayonetta and Astral Chain and you know, probably, I'm sure a couple other projects. I know Wonderful 101's coming to Switch. Not that Nintendo has any involvement in that anymore, but they did when it first came out. Like, they have a relationship. They have a working relationship.
Yes.
And if they could somehow, like, even if they're just exchanging ideas, that could change the whole dynamic in a Zelda game. You know, even if it was just like making the combat, like seeing how to make the combat faster so it felt more dynamic, or, you know what I mean? Like having more than, like, even something as simple as having a light and a heavy attack would be simple and more simple, right? Or more dynamic. And it would change the way Zelda feels dramatically. And I know, like, Zelda's not really about combat. It's more about puzzles and
Yes.
finding equipment to solve these puzzles and stuff like that. But like, you gotta people like fighting things in Zelda, right? You gotta add that in there to make it more dynamic and feel fresh and make it even make it feel more appealing to people who, I mean, I know Breath of the Wild sold a ton of copies,
Yes.
right? But like, it would make it more appealing to people who don't necessarily like puzzle games or like dungeons, you know what I mean?
I love the slow time mechanic in there when you're dodging, when you get all of that. If Platinum could come in and smooth it out with the wish time, just like smooth it
Well,
out.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it, like maybe Link feels the same, but like, this is where you could add stuff to Zelda. Like, you could add
Yes.
a witch time style thing, because maybe one of her powers is you can control time. Maybe she has the power to, because like, Zelda's always been about time traveling. It's been about,
Yes.
like, operating in different worlds and time traveling and controlling time and moving forward in time and different timelines. Like, maybe Zelda has that ability to, you know, maybe she has like I just had a great idea, honestly. Like, maybe she can, if you're using Zelda, she has the ability to do something. And this isn't necessarily an action game thing, but look at Life is Strange, right? And how you could rewind time if you didn't like your action. Maybe Zelda can like see what's going to happen, and then she can, or like if something's happening, she can stop time, rewind it, similar to Life is Strange, or even that
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia game. Yeah.
I mean, and there's been games that have used time to like solve puzzles, like to get something that's broken up and corroded to get it back to looking new. There's been some games doing that, like, and this is why I don't need Breath of the Wild 2 coming out this year. I need that game to take time. I need those developers to really like get different more ideas, work with other developers, go talk to Platinum, go talk to Monolith, like really talk and just like whatever they could do to get this ready. Yes, I would love to see another trailer for what they got. If they want to break it down, that's fine, but I need this game to simmer. I need it to cook, because like when it comes out, it's going to taste phenomenal. I just have a feeling, and even if it feels familiar in places, I I think that their ideas that they're going with, it's just going to be stuff that we just never think of. And just starting with co-op,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, give it to us. We'll be happy, and hopefully it just improve. It goes on from there. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah. I'm very excited for Breath of the Wild 2. We're gonna do an expansion pack on this at some point and really
Yes,
discuss what we feel like this, these two games are like potentially a third game in this trilogy of games, like what it could mean for Zelda moving forward. I'm
I'm
really excited about the.
dude. I'm hyped when you mentioned that. I'm still on cloud nine when you mentioned that they did that as a trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would honestly make sense, especially if the Switch is going to run for what they want it to run for at least a decade or more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that makes perfect sense. Like you hit the Switch launch with the first game, right? You in the middle of the game, like at the total like hype level of Switch, it being the highest, you put the sequel out now, and then you close out the Switch's life cycles with a swan song of the third and final game. And maybe it launches on whatever the next system is, also, right? Similar to what Breath of the
Yes.
Wild did with the Wii U, but like I you close out the Switch's life cycle with this really amazing trilogy of Zelda games, and I could see it happening. I mean, Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be awesome. So, also, let me hit these last couple bullet points here real quick. Unlike the first part, the game will be pretty linear at the beginning. Canonically, Link already knows Hyrule, so there would be no point in climbing the towers again. Instead, the developers have filled the world with miasmic versions of Ganon, and until the infection is cleared from the location to location, it will be impossible to move around the entire world of Hyrule. In this regard, the locations are worked out much deeper than the original. At the very least, there are going to be dungeons strongly inspired by one game that knows a lot about spreading dungeons around the open world. In general, while designing the world of Breath of the Wild 2, developers were inspired by Red Dead Redemption 2 and another unknown game. These were all leaked by someone named Mick Vicker, who runs the Valve News Network YouTube channel and has a Nintendo channel on the side. He detailed a number of Breath of the Wild 2 rumors, and he somehow he has sources and whatever. So, we'll see. I really hope this game comes out this year. I think it'll come out early next year, though, to be honest, probably by like February or March, is my guess, because Nintendo seems to be releasing bigger games then. And also, this leads into our next story, honestly. Speaking of rumors, if this is going to be the year of Mario, I would not want to put Zelda in the way of what we're about to talk about.
Yes.
Speaking of rumors, a few of Mario's greatest 3D games seem to be getting remastered for Mario's 35th anniversary. This story also comes from our friends over at Nintendo Life. Super Mario 35th anniversary rumors intensify, a new Paper Mario 3D remasters, and more. So I'm going to just kind of read the article a little bit, and then we'll talk about our favorite Super Mario 3D games and talk about Paper Mario a little bit, because
Yes.
really interested to see if Paper Mario comes back in a big way. At the moment, there's a report going around that suggests Nintendo will remaster most of Mario's back catalog to celebrate the iconic plumber's 35th anniversary this year. If you read our original story, link, about it, you already know this surfaced from Video Game Chronicles and was then backed up by Eurogamer, which Video Game Chronicles, take it or leave it, but when Eurogamer reports on it, you know it's coming. I always feel that way. So Eurogamer is a big, like, if they say something, I'm going to believe it.
Yeah.
They haven't reported on ARMS 2 yet, though, Ed. Sorry.
What's it?
Hey, Antonio's in the chat on Mixer. Hey, Antonio.
Hey, Antonio. Hopefully your daughter is doing well.
Yes, Antonio, congratulations. Hypecaster on Mixer. You should go follow him. He says, can I say something controversial? Can we just get real for a second? The Last of Us 2 is going to suck. We all dodged a bullet. I love Antonio. Antonio, please come back on any of our shows. You know you're always invited. I know you're obviously busy with a child and your stuff, but he says, why do I love this overlay so much? You know why you love it, Antonio? Because it's an awesome overlay.
Yes.
Antonio says we look good. He didn't tell us to take our shirts off yet, so he must be. Am I working out? No, I've been working a lot. So, thanks, Antonio. I love you guys. I love you, man. You're invited here anytime. I know you're busy with your child and streaming and stuff. So,
yes.
He says, V, why is your shirt still on? He's talking to you.
We're going to keep it on just for this episode.
That's for Boss Rush After Dark, Antonio.
Yes.
So, anyways, continuing our Mario talk. In short, both outlets claim many of Mario's 3D adventures will be making a return in 2020 alongside a new Paper Mario game. If you're still not convinced, however, VentureBeat staff writer Jeff Grubb has chimed in. For the record, he's the same guy who said we'd be getting 2 Nintendo presentations on certain dates this month, and we did. So this is what he says. He says, for remasters, our source tells us that Nintendo is pursuing something like a Super Mario All-Stars 2 for 3D Mario games. This would include Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and then Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. It'd likely be that 3D World would get its own separate deluxe style release, which I'm okay with. While it's possible older 3D Mario games could come in a single compilation, it's also likely that Nintendo released them individually as they did the Zelda remasters. The Paper Mario game, meanwhile, represents a return to the franchise's roots, meaning that something closer to the N64 and GameCube games, which are beloved, and leaving behind the baggage for more forgettable entries like the 3DS and Wii U versions.
I don't think they were bad. I really every Paper Mario game that came out, I have enjoyed.
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoyed Super Paper Mario, the Wii one, and I think Color Splash was an interesting take, and I think Sticker Star was interesting, but I think the way they did Paper Mario was they really felt the RPG games were going to go towards the Mario and Luigi series, and they wanted to make Paper Mario more accessible because Paper Mario looks like a more accessible Mario RPG light, right? And so I think that's how they took it that way.
Well, definitely the writing for the Paper Mario games has always been good, and for Mario and Luigi. So,
dude,
as long
Mario
as they
and Luigi games writing is so good, especially like Bowser's Inside Story.
I must have rolled out my bed multiple times at night, dying at the comedy in that game.
Yeah, it's those games are great. I love the Mario and Luigi series personally. Like, I wish there would be some sort of remaster for Switch or a new entry for Switch, which I'm sure we'll get one at some point. But I really loved Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door. Like, I loved those games. And I really hope that a Paper Mario will fit that bill this year. Finally, expect Nintendo to fill out the Mario celebrations in other ways as well. This could mean even more Mario games on the Nintendo Switch Online service, for example. I wonder if the Paper Mario game is going to take place of my predicted Super Mario Odyssey 2. Because I really thought that was going to happen at some point also. I mean, it's going to be 4 years this fall, right? Like,
yes.
I mean, maybe they'll put Mario and Zelda out the same year again.
I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, I wouldn't either. But also remasters of Galaxy. Those are games that I have never finished. And so I actually one of the reasons why I hooked up my Wii U again was to play Galaxy. So, but yeah, a whole slew of Mario games seems to be coming this year. A Mario All-Stars 2. I know we actually talked about that when we were still talking about Wii U games and what they could possibly do to bolster Wii U sales.
Yes.
When we started this show, we talked about a Mario All-Stars 2 being the 3D Mario games. If they do a Mario All-Stars 2, do you think they're going to remaster all the games? Or do you think they're going to be
just like a original collection? What they could do, okay, so everybody follow me along with this. They could bring the China version of Super Mario Galaxy, how they did it on the tablet, how they made it HD and stuff. They could do that for 1 and 2. As for Mario N64, that one may be a little bit tricky. But I think if they decided to do that, they probably would have to redo the whole game to make it look pretty.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm reading the Eurogamer article right now because I didn't really read it before we started. It says that Mario Galaxy and Mario Sunshine are primed to be remastered with HD assets. I wonder what that means for Mario 64. Although I think if you change the way that game looked, I would love like an HD remake of Mario 64. Honestly, like just a total remake of the game in the Odyssey engine, right? Like I would love that. I mean, all these games, to be honest with you, in that engine, but just playing Mario 64 the way that I remember it looking would just, instead of what it actually looks like, which, let's be honest, Nintendo 64, not the greatest graphical powerhouse, okay? You know, it's a Nintendo 64, right? I just really want these games to feel like they should and play well, and especially Sunshine, because I know that the FLUDD was definitely tied to those analog triggers, which we don't have anymore, you know? So I wonder, I really want to know how they're going to do that, really make them feel modern. And honestly, if they do this kind of compilation, I think we can count out Metroid Prime Trilogy this year. So, which is fine. I would rather have like a really strong lineup of Mario games to focus on a year of Mario, and then, you know, maybe Metroid Prime Trilogy comes out early next year, because, you know, Nintendo's really been pushing remasters in January and February, right? Yeah. We got New Super Mario Brothers U early in the year. We got Bayonetta 1 and 2 early in the year. We got what was the one in Tropical Freeze? We got
Tropical Freeze.
So yeah, I mean, I think that no pun intended, but I think Metroid Prime Trilogy is primed for a beginning of the year. Let's prep you with these 3 games at the beginning of the year, because we're going to release Metroid Prime 4 at the end of a year. Not saying Metroid Prime 4 is coming out next year. I'm just saying that would be a smart move of hey, we're going to give you the HD remasters of these old games to prime you for the full game in the fall.
Yeah, I will say this. I would love to have 3D Land and 3D World together on Switch, like that 3D collection. I would love to see how Mario Galaxy would play. First of all, just with the Joy-Cons and having the HD Rumble, I would love to see that. Definitely Sunshine. I would love to have Sunshine back.
Yeah.
Like it's time, because I think people who will play Sunshine will recognize that this was at this time, but I think more people would give that game credit if they decided to do it, you know, and play it. And of course, I think you will understand that. I feel like Mario 64 with the Pro Controller, it's going to play different than the original version. But I think
definitely. But I think if they take which Nintendo will, because I feel like they really take the time for their remakes and remasters, right? I feel like they really take the time for that to make sure they feel maybe not identical to what they've felt like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they take the time to really make sure that they feel like they should, right? You look at Wind Waker,
Yes.
And how you remember how the Wii U version of Wind Waker plays and looks like you remember it playing on GameCube, but when you finally go back and play the GameCube version, you notice that they tweaked a few things. They tweaked how Link runs and attacks and stuff from the GameCube game. They tweaked a couple of the quests, obviously. Obviously, it looks remarkably better being in HD and redoing all the assets and stuff, right?
Yes.
The same with Twilight Princess. Obviously the Link model is different, but they fixed some of the quests, the fetch quests. It looks better than it did. Like, it plays better than it did. Like, I still am on the side of Twilight Princess being one of the better Zelda games. I love Twilight Princess a lot. When I went back and played it, before Breath of the Wild came out for my Wolf Link amiibo, like, I poured another 80 something hours into it. Like, I'm 100% on board for Twilight Princess, but if they can get Mario Sunshine and Mario 64 specifically to play like people remember it playing, not exactly how they played back then, and give it that treatment, like, I really feel like these games are going to do bonkers. Like, I think people have so much affection for N64 and GameCube, especially the people who like in their mid-20s, early 20s, mid-20s have really a fondness for the GameCube and N64, right? Like, I think that this collection is gonna do very well.
I will pre-order it. I will buy it.
I mean, obviously we are.
Well, yeah, but see, the crazy thing, the crazy thing is that, of course, people are going to get it digitally, but it's just like, this is a game that needs amiibo and it needs to be physical.
Yeah, like, well, first of all, let's talk about Mario 64 for a second. Are they gonna add the 30 extra stars from the DS version? Like, do you think they would do that? Or do you think they'd stick with the Nintendo 64 proper version? Because, like, I didn't really like the way they approached the DS version in terms of, like, okay, you play as Yoshi at the beginning, and you need to get the Mario hat to play as Mario, and the Wario hat to play as Wario, right? And you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care for that approach to it, but I like the idea of them adding stars to the game and making it really feel like a kind of like what Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is doing, is adding that separate section, the new epilogue. Yeah, the epilogue stuff. Like, maybe they add those stars and it feels like Mario 64, just like new Mario 64. You know what I mean?
I think they will. I think they can.
Oh, they definitely can.
The reason why I say that, because I'm just like, I would have to see how do they are they taking the DS version and put it in for the whole game, or are they mixing the N64 and DS version? Like, the N64 game original version is there, and then, like, in extras is that DLC from the 3DS version or DS version.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they do that, because I never played the DS version of Mario 64, and I would like to see what extra content of Mario 64 looks like. So we'll see, but I'm really excited for the Mario 3D collection. I've always been on this fence saying, like, I love 2D Mario the best. I love Mario 64. I didn't finish Sunshine. I didn't finish Galaxy or Galaxy 2. I love 3D World.
Yes,
like 3D World is like the perfect kind of combination of what I liked about Mario 64 and 2D Mario games. Like, it's just that perfect kind of combination. So we'll see.
Can I say, please make a Sunshine amiibo? I would love to see Mario with that backpack
I wonder.
Water
I would not be surprised if they made an Mario anniversary amiibo set where you have like the polygonal Mario 64 Mario with the Sunshine Mario with the flood, and then the Galaxy Mario, like a flying Mario Galaxy Mario. Like that would be like the perfect set of amiibo.
Oh yeah, I will be late at work and I will be at Best Buy. When stores open to buy that.
All right, we have a couple more stories to get through. We've been recording we're approaching 2 hours. Honestly.
Oh no!
So not that I don't care that we're recording that long. I just want to get through some of these stories here.
Okay.
A quick one here. The Outer Worlds, Obsidian's mega hit RPG from last year, is hitting Switch on June 6th with a 6 GB day one patch for you physical owners. So, another great AAA third-party supported game. I think it's being published by Private Division still on the Switch. But The Outer Worlds was an interesting RPG that I kind of fell off of. I played about 5 or 6 hours of it, and I feel like I got my fill of that game. I played on Game Pass. I played it on Xbox. It's if you want a Fallout game without all the BS in it,
yes,
that's what this game is. I like what I played, but I didn't feel the need to continue because it was just. It didn't grab me. You know, I wanted it to, but it just didn't. So, I'm honestly probably gonna skip the Outer Worlds on Switch.
Yeah, I have it on Xbox. I'll wait for a sale. I'll wait for Black Friday.
I mean, like if it's like $20 on a sale or something, I could pick it up, right? Like,
yeah.
I want to support third parties on Switch as much as I can. But also, if it's a game that I've been really like trying to pick out, okay, I don't really like this genre of game, so I'm not going to buy it on Switch if I don't like it, right? Like I've had this conversation with myself, talking to myself about Doom Eternal, right? Because like I like Doom 2016. I didn't love it. Right, like, and it has nothing to do with me playing on Switch. Like, I played the Xbox version too. Like, it was a fun game, but everything I'm hearing about Doom Eternal is like kind of turning me off of it. Like, every battle feels like a puzzle. I'm like, I thought Doom was supposed to be like old Doom. You were just supposed to run in and shoot everything and feel super powerful, right? And just be like unload on people. And this is not what I would really want from Doom. But I still want to give Doom Eternal a try because, like, I did have fun with Doom 2016, right? And
yes.
But I've been really trying to, okay, I don't really want to play. I don't need roguelikes, right? Like, we've had that conversation a ton.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm going to get the Outer Worlds because I don't really care for that Fallout style RPG. I guess is what I'm saying.
I can say this is a great summer game. This is a great game to start the summer off.
This is a great time to release this game because nothing else is going to be... I mean, Nintendo has always been great at releasing games during the summer.
The only problem is that this is going to probably be a week and a couple of days after Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. But, like I said, it's a great way to start the summer off because hopefully... in when another non-Nintendo kind of thing, hopefully Ghost of Tsushima doesn't get delayed or anything, and that Outer Worlds could start this summer off right. Yeah. So when people get finished with that game or they got their feel, if they want to play Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4, go play that. Go get that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if when it goes on sale around Black Friday or something, if it's $20, $15, whatever it costs around then, right? Like, I could see myself picking it up and trying it out again, right? Because like I said, it was fun what I played. It just didn't keep me hooked, right? So
yes,
maybe, but at the same time, Nintendo's going to have a pretty big 2020. It sounds like so. All right, our next story comes from it comes from it comes from Nintendo Life again. This is just how it happened when I was researching stuff. So UK retailer Game furloughs staff on full pay until end of April, but can't say if they'll have jobs to come back to. Quote, "We are working in unprecedented times." That's fair. I mean, like, the 99% sure that a lot of these people will go back to work when this is over, right? But, like, they have to say that because, like, you can't guarantee someone because then they can come back and sue you. But anyways, UK video game retailer Game has furloughed its staff on full pay until the end of April due to the coronavirus outbreak, but cannot say for sure if they will have jobs beyond that point. Game was forced to close every one of its 247 stores on March 24th when the UK government issued a call to shut down all retail shops selling non-essential items. Fraser's Group, the name of Game owner Mike Ashley's retail business, issued an email on March 31st, which has been seen by Eurogamer, and notifies furloughed staff that regular pay will continue from the 26th of March up through the 30th of April. The level of pay is determined by average monthly income rather than contracted hours. Quote, "We are working in unprecedented times. Every day our lives and economy see huge changes. COVID-19 touches every aspect of what we do. All of us are affected as individuals, as businesses, and society at large. Our economy is fighting for survival. Retail remains one of the hardest hit sectors. We will continue to do all we can to ensure that our business remains as strong as possible for the benefit of all of us. We must make difficult decisions to ensure that we move out of the current situation. Our business is in the best place possible. The work that was once there has fallen away. Our business, as with so many others, is smaller. We must respond to these circumstances, including the reduction of work." There's a lot more going on there, but this is honestly the opposite of what GameStop just did.
Pretty much.
I mean, we live in the United States. Game doesn't exist here. But we talk about Game a lot because they get a lot of cool collector's editions for games that sometimes we don't get, especially on the Nintendo side. They do a lot of cool things over there, and GameStop just like we kind of talked about it on Boss Rush last week, but GameStop has been going through some interesting negative press recently, right? Like they tried to say they were essential business, tried to make their employees work through this. I don't know if anybody's been in a GameStop lately, but my office here is bigger than my GameStop store. I can probably say, it's and then they closed, right? But also there are reports of some of the stores in the Northeast being reopened and employees made to work, right? Like without, it's just been a mess for GameStop. And also the report came out that they are closing 300 stores permanently recently. Like GameStop's in a mess right now, but Game is doing, I think giving your employees their salary for a month during this, especially hourly employees and basing it off their average monthly pay, like I think that's a good move. I understand that they can't pay their employees forever, and I think that this is a step trying to at least help them get on their feet for whatever's next for them, whether they go back to Game or not. I think this is a really good, not only a good move for them to just being good people, but also a good PR move for them saying, hey, we support our employees. We're going to try to support them for the next month, trying to help them through this tough time. My job recently just did that for us. Recently, it was like, I don't want to go into details, but they provided us with a little bit of extra money because I think they knew this, what we talked about before the show where, we're going to do 1 week off, 1 week on at work. And I think they knew it was coming, and it really helped a lot, honestly. And seeing Game do this for their employees is really nice to see in a world where game retailers aren't exactly looked fondly upon, at least over here in the United States. So
yeah. And hopefully, if you know, when all of this passes through, I like I said on kind of like on Boss Rush, I think there's gonna be like business is gonna be booming again because everybody who's been quarantined are happy to be out the house, and whatever money they have, if they could go out and spend it and stuff and be with friends and everything, that's what they're going to do. And things will resume and be better. So it's good that Game is doing this for their employees.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of respect for them. I hope. I mean, I know GameStop's in a financially a bad position, but I hope they look at this and take some notes because this would put them in a lot better graces for people than they have been. So, all right, our last story, Ed. This one is specifically for you. I literally put this in here specifically for you. Way Forward's Cat Girl Without Salad is out now on Switch. It was not advertised. It was not talked about really. It just came out yesterday. This article's from April 2nd. Yesterday, while a lot of other video game companies were joking about, the Shantae developer Way Forward actually released Cat Girl Without a Salad on Switch eShop for $7.99. The title originally started out as an April Fool's gag in 2013 and was later brought to life on PC. It combines classic 2D shoot-'em-up gameplay with a, quote, hilarious story and features weapons inspired by game genres such as puzzles, sports, rhythm, and RPGs. Here's more about that story. Quote, blast everything that moves in this genre-defying action extravaganza. Take control of Kibaku, a cat-eared intergalactic bounty hunter, as she patrols the galaxies with her faithful companion Squiddy in search of ridiculous space criminals. Ed, this game, This is an Ed game.
Yes, it is.
This is totally an Ed game. It looks like Shantae and Graceful Explosion Machine had a baby.
Yes, and I didn't buy it, but I am going to be buying it.
You're going to.
Oh, yes, I'm definitely going to be buying it. It's just, at this time, I'm waiting to get Resident Evil 3 first. But yes, I am going to be buying this game. It looks wacky. I love shooting 'em ups. And when I seen it on PC, I was just like, please come to console. Like, I was hoping it come to console, and now that it's here, I would be buying this game.
Yeah. So.
And plus, it's Way Forward, one of my favorite.
I know. That's why I put it in here, because it was Way Forward. So, all right, Ed, we have a couple quick hit questions for Question Block from our chats here. So we're gonna just some quick hit questions for Question Block. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com to get your question read here, or follow us on social media, or jump in our Twitch and Mixer chats. This one comes from Going Dark on YouTube in our YouTube chat. He asks, what is your favorite Switch game? I mean, besides Breath of the Wild?
Besides Breath of the Wild, definitely for me, for right now, it's a battle between Gree and Just Chasing Beats. Yes, I love Yoko Islands Express. I love Graceful Explosion Machine, but I grew up in the 90s listening to a lot of house, so a lot of dance tracks. So that's Just Shapes and Beats. But when I talk about animation and art style and the look and the beautiful soundtrack, Gree just hits it right for me. And I still stand to this day. I feel like Santa Monica could take this style and do something with it, with a 2D or some kind of God of War game or something for Santa Monica Studios for PlayStation.
Like I told you, like if they took that Gree art style for God of War and bridged the gap between God of War 2 and 3 and 2017, that game, 2018, when did that game come out? 2018?
2 days.
Yeah, like if they took that art style to bridge the gap and kind of applied it to like you know how you look at clay pots with the Greek paintings on it, and like they kind of applied it to that. It would just be awesome to see that art style bridge the gap and see Kratos' story move from here to here, and maybe add like a simple combat system, but not much of one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to give you a definitive answer, Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yeah. For me, Fire Emblem Three Houses is one of the best strategy RPGs I've played in a long time. It's definitely besides Breath of the Wild, it's probably right up there. Also, like I really think The Witcher 3 is a solid Switch game. It's a solid it's a really solid RPG that you can sink a lot of time into. So those would be my two picks, honestly. And I know like I haven't played that, like I'm not nearly far enough in The Witcher to make that claim, but I can make that claim because this is my podcast. So, all right, another quick hit question. Ed, this is more for you because I don't have this game yet. Do you think Animal Crossing is satisfying?
Animal Crossing is satisfying. It's very calming. There might be a little bit frustrated in the beginning, but it's great to have friends come over and visit your town. Regardless of what you think about Tom Nook, it really is a relaxing game. And when you really put in the work and start creating things and like doing designing stuff for your house and everything, you really get into it. So yes.
Yeah. I would like to play Animal Crossing, but I do not have it yet, so I cannot answer that question for you. Maybe in the near future, I will be able to answer that question. Also, Clutch for the dub. I want to thank you for such good quality for a smaller followed channel. I appreciate that. We've been trying for a while, and it's hopefully the quality is up to par with like I said, like I've been listening to a lot of podcasts who have started doing it remotely. And it's really interesting to hear like big quote unquote professional podcasts try to do this remotely, and we've been doing it for so long that it's just second nature to us doing it remotely.
Exactly.
And it's like, well, listening to them and like the delays between responses and them talking over each other and everything, it's like, wow, we've really been doing this for a while.
Yes.
And it's like, I wish Ed and I could do this at a desk and have that, conversation in real life. But like, it's just amazing how many people have to get used to doing this remotely now.
Yes.
So, also, that does it for our questions. So remember, you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com to get your question read on air, or follow us on social media, or enter our Twitch and Mixer chats here. So Clutch for the dub. I am about to explain to you how you get the Animal Crossing giveaway entry. So we're going to do one last reminder for that. Two things. You email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com a screenshot of your subscription to Nintendo Pow Block podcast to our email. You screenshot it and let us know what episode you're listening to in the email, or you can just take a snapshot of the episode that you're listening to. Email it to us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, a screenshot of your rating and review of our show will grant you a second entry. So that's how you enter. Also, if you need reminded, it's also at the top of the show. And so get your entries in. You have one more week. We're giving it away at episode 190. And next week we will be announcing our episode 195 giveaway. So be prepared for that as well. Yes. We're going to have a different set of rules for that. So, anyways, this has been Nintendo Pow Block for the week of, April 2nd. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching and or listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for putting up with us during this tough time. I know a lot of people are looking for entertainment and ways to keep their mind off of this quarantine, or if people have sick loved ones, this is hopefully we're giving you a small distraction of your day. This one's a little bit of a larger distraction at 2 hours and 3 minutes before editing. So, I hope that we can provide that for you, and that's what, upcoming expansion packs are going to be for and everything. Yes. So very excited for that. Check us out on YouTube. Check out Boss Rush Games on YouTube. Check us out on social media. Join our Facebook community page. Also check out bossrushgames.com. More to announce coming soon. Ed and I are fleshing out some new details on a secret project. So we'll give you more information around episode 200 on that secret project. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you guys can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud and other podcast apps. A new episode will be dropping next week. It's going to be a really good one, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear it.
Awesome. You can find me at IamCorianHD. You can also find both of us on the Boss Rush podcast, the Boss Rush Games flagship podcast. Please download that as well. We really appreciate it, where we do that show with streamers champion Ray Apollo and the wise Wisconsinite Jesse Douglas. So go check that out. Thank you, Antonio, for joining the chat at Hypecaster. Go follow him, show him some support, send him some love for having his baby. So congratulations to him and his wife. Clutch for the dub, thanks for joining the chat. Going Dark, thanks for joining the chat. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I need to find a new outro for this show, man. I want to incorporate. Look, our motto is play games, be better. Remember, right now, playing games with your friends and your loved ones is getting us all through some tough times. So remember, play games, be better, and until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woohoo!